Forget what you need to do for the year 22. Here we're going to talk about the 3 things you need to avoid so that your year is successful. There are 3 things, 3 mistakes that you're making that are actually blocking your goals. Hey beautiful people, I am Matilda and welcome to Culture Tribe that is all about making money work for you and leveling up. As the year is coming to an end, and yep, it never gets old. The year has gone by so fast, I can't believe it. As much as the year is coming to an end, it often makes us look back and challenges us like, did we achieve our goals? So let me know in the comment section, did you achieve your goals? And if not, that's okay, you can still comment in the comment section. Believe me, we have all been there. I have been successful at some goals and not so successful in other goals. So feel free, welcome to the tribe. Just comment in the comment section and let us know, have you achieved your goals or not? As much as this is a season to look back and kind of take an audit of the things we've done and account for them, this is also goal setting season. So, how are you planning on acing the year 22? So these are the 3 mistakes that you are making that are actually blocking your goals. Number 1 is not writing your goals or not telling anybody about your goals. Now, oftentimes it's easier to just have a goal and keep it in your mind. You're like, oh yeah, so I'm going to do A, B, C, D, and forget about writing it down or telling anybody. And oftentimes you find that we actually forget to achieve those goals. Now, when we write our goals, it's a whole nother ballgame. Studies have shown that you are more likely to achieve your goals when you write them down, whether typed or handwritten, it doesn't matter. But when you write them down, you're more likely to achieve your goals. Now, I can testify to this. For me, I am that person that writes down stuff. I've always been writey person, right? Is there something like that? If I write it down, I'm doing it, period. So if you look at my diary, there's so many pages. I wish I had it here so that you can actually see. Now, on a side note, there is also sharing your goals with people helps you find accountability people or accountability partners where they can actually hold you accountable. I've told my friends, not all my goals to one person. I've told my trusted people, maybe this one I told them this goal and that one I told them the other goal. So when I tell them, they actually follow up. Oh, how is your goal going? How have you achieved what you wanted to achieve? How is it going? What's holding you back? So that forces me to actually be accountable to somebody and myself. So it's super helpful. You need to get to it. Mistake number 2 that we often make when doing our goals is writing our goals in chunks. Now, I couldn't find a better word for chunks, but you get the idea, like writing in lump sum or something. Anyway, instead of you writing it in chunks, or you can start out by writing in chunks and then breaking down into bite-sized pieces, into smaller pieces that are more doable. Let me give you an example. So, when I started out the year 21, I was like, okay, so I want to achieve the goal of having to read 50 books in 1 year. Now, when I started out breaking it down into bite-sized pieces, I broke it down into monthly and then into weekly and then even daily. Now, when I did that, I found that I wasn't actually very comfortable with having to read 50 books. That is, the idea seemed nice when you look at it on a goal, like, oh yeah, 50 books. But when you think of 1 book a week, that was a lot for me and I wasn't going to be able to do that. And so by breaking it down, I was actually asking myself real questions. Is this realistic for me? Will I be able to do it in the time frame that I set on a weekly basis? So that helps with also becoming realistic with yourself. You end up having to set goals that are more attainable. They're ambitious enough for you, but not unrealistic. So make sure you actually do that. So for me, when I found that I wasn't comfortable with reading 1 book a week, I ended up reducing the number of books to 2 books in a month. And that was actually more realistic for me, and even sometimes I struggled to get the 2 books in because of my work-life balance, but I was glad that I actually set a goal that was realistic. The 3rd mistake that we often make is not tracking our goals. Now, this one is huge for me because in the year 21, it was amazing. I've been tracking my goals and making sure I achieve them. And those that I wasn't doing so well, I would actually just audit myself and see if that's something I really want to do and maybe I can do it another time and maybe not now. So it is really, really beneficial. Now, one of my favorite thing of actually tracking your goals is that it helps you really check what season in life you're in. And also, if you are struggling with attaining certain goals, it helps you also investigate, why am I struggling with this goal? Is it a realistic goal? Can I balance this type of goal in my life right now? Or is it something for the near future? So let me give you an example. Since I started out with the 50 books in 1 year, let me break it down for you further. Now, when I started out after setting reading 50 books as my goal for 21, I was excited. So I started out and then I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. This isn't working. It's too much. And then I had to sit down with myself and investigate, why is it too much? Is it because of a work-life balance? Is it because the book list is boring? Is it because I don't want to read that fast? So there were many reasons, but in the end I found that it was a work-life balance for me. I was too busy and getting tired at night, so it wasn't practical. It wasn't realistic for my situation at that time. So when you actually do track your progress, you kind of follow back on, is this goal realistic? Can I really make it work? And also, if the goals are coming in and you're flowing in a particular goal, for me, this year I found that when I was flowing in a particular goal, it looked like it was more of my season time. So it helped me figure out what season I'm in life, and also just appreciate that and make the most of it. You know what they say, make hay while the sun is shining? Yeah, the very one. Anyway, so that's what helped me, and also I believe it will help you. I promise you, it will change the way your goals are happening in your life. These mistakes are very common, and also they're easy to make because the opposite is hard. Remember, greatness costs. So I urge you, write down your goals, break them down into bite-sized pieces, and number 3, track your progress. This will be so beneficial for you. I promise you, it will change your life. Now, when we get into 22, I guarantee that by you using these 3 things and checking them, you will ace the year 22. Now, I'm also getting better in this area, so I wanted us to do it together. So as you're doing it, know that I'm doing it. And also, as you're tracking your goals, for me, if you want to know how often I do it, I try to do it on a monthly. If I miss it and I don't do it well for whatever reason, I make sure I do a quarterly one to just see where I'm going and how far I need to go to keep up with my goals. So I promise you, when you do this, you will have a more successful and fruitful 22.